Get right this time. Hello everyone, it's Unit 13 here on Scene at the Homestead, and I'm going to do a review of the two Anker Roav A1 cameras that were purchased on June 8th of 2018. This video is a review of the camera's performance over the course of the last year. It does not include any setup or any feature presentation of how this camera works or anything that's a feature of the camera. It only talks about the performance. If you're looking for a how-to video or that type of video, this is not for you. You want to go find another video to watch. Alright, let's get started. This first little video here is with the palm trees, is the very first image that was recorded with the camera. The first thing that I noticed is that there's a contrast issue with these cameras, and it becomes more evident as time passes. Here's the same image with sunlight and shade in it, and we get to watch the sun move out of the area, and the camera doesn't seem to my eye, adjust very well or account for that loss of light and become more crisp or focused. It seems to have this just slightly off, where it doesn't seem to be just quite focused to me. However, on the same note, here we are on a section of street where we can clearly see, under different lighting conditions, where the light's pretty even all the way around. Don't know if that's obvious. But we can see the street sign clearly, we can see the signs on the buildings, we can see the phone number clearly, and this speed limit sign. So it can catch those details and have sort of good performance, but light tremendously affects this camera, as we'll see. Here's another footage of a car going by where we can't see the tags. The only reason I know that's a Florida tag is because I can see white with a little green in the middle. I know that's that's just sort of a Florida tag thing. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to tell anything about that. Here we are, West 595, heading directly into the sun towards the end of the day, and I want to be able to see that there's another lack of detail here. And anytime this camera has light coming into it like that, it starts losing detail or its ability to pick up things or adjust. I'm not sure what's happening there. Here's this very same section of highway after that sunset, and you can see that there's no difference. It seems like there's still a loss or lack of detail. Now, to contradict that, here we go. We're at night. We're in a little section down here in Coconut Grove, and you can see really good detail here. Except what starts becoming more noticeable is that any direct light source turns into an out-of-focus orb type thing that just doesn't look it's just not very good detail. And as we pull in behind this car up here at this light, it'll become apparent that you can't see it. The license plate, there's not a single detail on that license plate that we could decipher anything on, except for there's something in the shape of a license plate on the back of the car. So when Anker talks about they've got all this great they can pick up good license plate detail, they've way overstated the case on that. Remember, we're talking about these are two different same model cameras. So both cameras are doing the exact same, performing the exact same way. This is I-95 north. Downtown Miami is on the right. I use this because we can see the light orb thing again. We can see that coming from the oncoming traffic. However, if the lighting is right, you can pick up, or the camera can pick up pretty good detail. We can see the color of the buildings, how they're lit up next door there, and we can see that the signs ahead are clear to see as long as the light's right. And here we go. We're heading 95 north, coming off that overpass. This building on the left, and the reason I put this in here, it should appear purple to us with some of that pink neon on the top, and the color that's depicted in there is very accurate. Same thing here when we go by Takata on I-95 North. That building's supposed to look pink at night, at the way they have it at this time, and it's an accurate color rendition. So the camera does well under certain circumstances. Then other times, like in the rain here, we're going to lose lots of detail off of that because of the rain and the lack of light, I'm sure. And here we go with another image here demonstrating how difficult it is for this camera to pick up those license tags. We've got a car directly in front of us, approximately 2 car lengths away. It's not picking up enough detail. Then if we see or look at these lights from the emergency vehicles on the right to the street lights on the left in the middle of the road highway there, they really, any kind of direct light into the camera seems to affect it in a negative way. All of that can be overlooked for the most part, I think, if you just need a camera to record some detail of an accident. But where this camera really starts failing is in this next section here. I started noticing when I edit all of these segments of video to use for a dash cam project that I have on my other YouTube channel, I started noticing these gaps in time where, as we show here, we have video number 67, okay, and this on this particular day, and it's showing 1700 in the afternoon. It's pulled into this parking lot. The next video should be of this vehicle leaving the parking lot, but it isn't. It's video number 68, and the vehicle's in a completely different location. So what I'm curious is what happened to that footage between where that vehicle was when we were parked in the daytime to somehow we're over here at night. Why did the camera not record between those two locations? So that's vitally important. Here is an example of that in a photo. I took the card out of the camera and I uploaded these onto my computer so I can scan them. Once I did that, I noticed this here. First of all, everything before, let's see how to explain this. If looking at this photo, there are 2 files that are highlighted. The last 3 numbers of all those digits of each file is the actual, like what video sequence it is. So you have 17, the next video should be 18. It's not. We have video number 17, and then we suddenly jump to video number 51 in this. So that indicates there's a huge segment of time gap missing. Here's what those videos look like. Here's video number 17. Here's where video number 17 ends. It's at this gate. And the next time the video starts, the next time the camera starts to record is 3 hours later, and the vehicle's on the highway much farther away than from where it started. And it's video number 51. What in the world happened to all of that footage in between there? Where did it go? Was anything recorded? This is very confusing. and very disconcerting, because in Florida, if you don't have a dash camera, you, you're asking for trouble, in my opinion, because so many things happen down here. This is the hit and run capital of the United States. I forgot what the statistics are, but if you look at the statistics of hit and runs in Miami, Dade, and Broward counties, you will not believe the numbers. You'll have to double check them to believe that it is that high, and I can't remember what they are off the top of my head. Actually, I'm going to pause this video and I'm going to come back here and I'm going to give you a number because I know where that is. Okay, I'm back with some numbers. I had done some research on another video before, and the numbers I'm about to give you come from the Florida Highway Patrol, and they are statistics of hit and runs from 2014. In Broward County in 2014, there were 9,749 hit and runs. That's 1 year. In Miami-Dade in 2014, they reported 17,479 hit and runs in 1 year. I'll say that again. Broward, 9,749. Miami-Dade, 17,479. That's amazing. So that's for Broward, that's roughly 26 hit and runs a day. And down in Dade County, that's roughly 47 hit and runs every day. Florida, you need a dash cam. That's why I have that video project over there. And why I wanted to do this review on this particular camera. I want you to know how important it is that the camera is always recording, and that it's recording a quality image. Because there is actually, on one of these videos in my project, where we were able to document a hit. We were struck by a vehicle, and as soon as their insurance company found out that we had a dash cam, they couldn't get the check to us fast enough. It was amazing. So, there it is. That's all I've got for you. You make your own decision on whether you want to purchase this camera or not, but this is the risk you face if you do purchase one of these cameras. For now, I'm going to be searching for something different, and it looks like from the reviews that this is a common thing among some of those Anker cameras. You can go on Amazon and look at the reviews, and I've seen several reports of their cameras not functioning during the actual accident, where it didn't record the accident and the person thought the camera was recording. That's unacceptable. That's not what I buy this camera. I buy this camera to cover me in case something happens. If it's not reliable, then it's useless. Okay, that's it. 13, I'm out.